Texas League Baseball is next. And a good evening, everybody. We welcome you to Texas League Baseball. And now here's the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, everybody, and hello from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we welcome you to our live broadcast, and yes, hello to a new baseball season, and gotta say, gonna be a pretty good one. Tonight is the first game of a three-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions, proud affiliation to the San Diego Padres, as they take on the Tulsa Drillers affiliation to the LA Dodgers. Well, anyway, happy to be with y'all on this opening night 2026. And yes, crowds are piling in as they get ready to have a good night tonight. Well, here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we have a pretty good one for you, as after the game, sit back, relax, enjoy opening night fireworks with your favorite team, that is the Tulsa Drillers. But don't forget Game 2 tomorrow night, as we have Friday Night Baseball, 7:05, and we conclude this short three-game set against San Antonio, 7:05 on Saturday night, as we have another brand new fireworks show. Sunday and Monday being our off days, and don't forget we are back live on the air Tuesday, April 7th through the 12th, as the San Antonio Missions play host the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks. Go online now at your favorite Texas League team. Purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, follow each and every team this season, wherever you may be, from San Antonio to Amarillo, or maybe even Springfield or Tulsa. And you can download the First Pitch app or anywhere you have us dialed us in, and here on YouTube Live. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my good friend Bob, and I gotta say, how the heck are you? I'm good. How are you, John? Well, did you enjoy an off season? I sure did. A lot of rest, and looking forward to coming back to a new season. And gotta say, it was a pretty good one. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your off time, buddy, because you sure needed it. After 2025, I gotta say, it was really good. And so far, we had our 2025 champions, the Springfield Cardinals, go up against Midland. And so far, it was a pretty good one. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it absolutely was. The Cardinals, they won, and yeah, they took the title and stuff, but this is a brand new season. And we are starting over. 138 games going in. And hopefully this year, it's anybody's ball game if they get to the first half South Division, getting into the second half South Division. And it's going to be pretty good if San Antonio could get in there and get something going. Well, yeah, that is going to be a pretty good one if they can. But we'll see how everything plays out. Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, I got to say, we do have some special announcement, and this regarding the San Antonio Missions Stadium there that we have always broadcasted in for the past couple of years. And so far, we are being, we're being relocated and stuff. And so far, we are getting a new downtown ballpark there in San Antonio, Texas. And so far, we're still going to be a AA team for the San Diego Padres, which that would be pretty good as well. And it would be, well, $160 million, wouldn't you say, John? Indeed, you're right. It will be that much to build the ballpark. And so far, like Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo was $350 million to build, and that's when the Amarillo Sod Poodles started their AA career with the San Diego Padres back in the year of 2019. Now, evidently, they did pretty good on that. And so far, it was a pretty good season for Amarillo to have a baseball team back. And yeah, that's what they got. They had a team. They had a team called the Amarillo Thunderheads, but that team was pretty much gone after that. And so far, well, they got a brand new team. And, well, San Antonio created this team, the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And then, well, after a couple of years, COVID hit. And so far, we got the team. And, they got invited to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Padres come back to San Antonio. And it's pretty nice. They did that, and now we get to have our team back, and we get to compete in these Texas League games, and so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, we're just a few moments from first pitch against the two ball clubs, and we're about ready to get this 138 season campaign ready to go here. Well, anyway, we'll give you ball clubs to start off the 2026 season openers. San Antonio at Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas at Wichita, Frisco at Corpus Christi, and then Arkansas at Midland, which that is pretty good. Well, anyway, if you're ready to go on this beautiful Thursday night, and we are just about set to throw the first pitch right in a few moments. We'll give a pretty good shout out to our proud sponsors, and yes, we got San Antonio sponsors coming in as well, and we greet the West Creek Trail Rides organization, the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Get your tickets now, as 2027 is ready to go on that. Well, I heard that you've been to the rodeo this year, which that is pretty good. Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it and stuff. We get to see some broncs kick high and all this other stuff. It was pretty amazing. Well, anyway, if you're ready to go, we're just about ready to get down on the field as we start this 2026 opener here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The first of a 3-game set. And so far, we're just about set to go on this brand new season. Texas League Baseball. Got a great crowd tonight, wouldn't you say, Bob? Yeah, I gotta say, everybody is super excited to see who's going to win the first of this short 3. I gotta say, pretty excited myself as we come back from our off season. So far, San Antonio in their road grays, and so far, pretty good. Jackson Ferris coming in. He's got a good, pretty scouting report. 4-seam fastball, 12-6 curve, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. And that 4-seamer, as he gets the Double-A debut at 96 miles per hour.
The shortstop, number 33, Francisco.
And we're getting about set to go. First pitch here is the first for San Antonio, Francisco Acuna. And we are underway as that is an inside strike, and the count now 0-1, and we are underway of 2026's campaign. Here's the 0-1. And that is inside for a strike. The count now 0-2. Well, everybody going except Springfield and Amarillo tonight. And that is check swing, and he did not go around. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one is lofted high in the air, out of play, foul. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Francisco Acuna being the first man up for San Antonio tonight.
Nope.
We'll take that one outside. The count now 2-2. Brand new scoreboard, and yes, we are going to use this throughout the 138 games.
The center fielder, number 2.
And yes, it'd be pretty good. Well, let's go ahead and give the 2026 season opener starting lineups Acuna, Roberts, and Salas will be the leadoff three. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian will be the middle. Vertigo, Murphy, and Castagnon rounded out for the missions here tonight. Ty Roberts, the next batter up for San Antonio, comes in. Will take a strike inside. And it's the count now, 0-1. Roberts, in this new season, playing the center field position as he gets going here this evening. That's high in the air, up to left field. The runner running after it, and he can't get there to make physical contact, and it's the count now, 0-2. That one is high and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. A beautiful evening here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. First of a short 3 against San Antonio and stuff, and pretty good. Well, 2 strikeouts. First 2 batters are out. And here is the return, Ethan Salas. That one is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1 to tonight's starter. Returning from Tommy John surgery, as so far coming back, and he was out throughout half of 2025 last year. Yeah, he sure was. He got on the IL list, and all knowing he had Tommy Johns, and so far, well, pretty good on that. No balls, 2 strikes. And here's pitch. That one, ground ball, straight away, base hit up to right, and that's the first hit for San Antonio. And gotta say, that is the season opener base hit. So gotta say, that was a pretty good one. Here's a new guy, Romeo Sanabria. And that taken inside for a strike. It's the count now, 0-1. Sanabria coming in from his home in Oklahoma, which is pretty nice. And that's going to be a base hit. Line drive up the center. And that's going to put 2 aboard now. Is he really from Oklahoma or is he from somewhere else? I can really tell. Well, I don't know, but I'm just jumping to guesses. Here is Braden Carpathios. As he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now, 0-1. Playing right field tonight. First start for San Antonio. I guess the 4-hole hitter was from the Dominican Republic, which would say he's from. Jump to conclusions there, John. Touche. That was like a tomcat getting a toothpick up his butt. Oh, yeah, I remember that. A Tom and Jerry episode. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a rat just put a toothpick up that cat's butt and stuff. It's pretty funny. Right there, ground ball straight away. And they'll get him out at second, and that is the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left as San Antonio will strand the 2. Opening night here in Tulsa. And we head now to the bottom of the first inning. It's no score through the top half of 1. Back here for more baseball. We come on in this 2026 home opener for the Drillers. Now set to go for the bottom of the first for the Tulsa Drillers right now on the Drillers Radio Network. Miguel Mendez is getting the start for San Antonio. He'll have a 4-seam slider changeup and a 2-seam fastball. Woo! Look at that. 101 mile per hour fastball. Boy, he could plunk a bird off your shoulder if you let him. Well, leading off for your Tulsa Drillers, here is Sean McLean. Miguel Mendez run the windup and the stretch, and that is fouled away. The count now 0-1. Got a great home crowd tonight. Home opener of a short 3. High in the air up to the third baseman. And that is out number 1. Let's go ahead and give the visiting, should I say home team, starting lineups. McLean, Nevin, De La Paula will be the lead on 3. Hope Keith Rhodes would be middle. Sirota, Young, and Lockwood Powell round out the batting order for the Tulsa Drillers here this evening. Kyle Nevin coming up now for the Drillers. And the pitch is inside for a strike. It's the count now at 0-1. Fans watching from San Antonio here on opening night 2026. And, oh man, that was just a nasty swing right at the bat. And the count now at 0-2. And right through it, he swung on and missed. And that's a strikeout for Miguel Mendez. That's 2 down for San Antonio. Pretty good as, well, 2 down for Tulsa, I should say. Jesus De La Paula, the next batter up for Tulsa coming. A pretty good night for us here in Oklahoma. And that's going to be high in the air. And that is going to do for this half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. And we head to the second inning for San Antonio. Fabian, Vertigo, and Murphy will come in as we get ready to go for the top half of inning number 2. No score through the first of 9 innings here tonight. And it is a no score through 1 here on opening night 2026. Now set to go for the top of the second inning for San Antonio right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. About set to go for the top of inning number 2 here tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Crowd still piling in, and first pitch in is a strike. The count now 0-1 here in this one. No score through the first inning, but 2 base hits on San Antonio. getting pretty interesting as we go along the way. No balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. High in the air, deep to right center. And the center fielder will claim it for out number 1.
Batting 7, the third baseman, Rosman Verdugo.
And that'll bring in Rosemond Verdugo. New batter coming up for the Missions here this year. Getting his first debut in Double-A ball. And that's in for a strike. It's the count now, 0-1. Temperature tonight, a comfortable 82 degrees. Getting into this broadcast.
Ball, that's in.
And that's count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Just beautiful as we come out to the ball game and we have fun, and happy to be back with y'all to start off a new season. Texas League Baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is pelted high in the air, and that will get through for the base hit. Rosemond Verdugo getting his first Double-A debut hit.
The left fielder, number 1.
And that will be a double for San Antonio. By golly, pretty cool. Now they just have to get some more hits and get something going. Yeah, for sure. That would be pretty neat if they actually did. 8-hole batter, Kai Murphy. Coming in now, as he'll take an inside strike. Gets the count now at 0-1. 1 on, 1 away here in the top half of the San Antonio second inning. We'll go ahead and give you some scores. Frisco leading Corpus Christi 4-0. Top of the 4th inning. Midland leading the Arkansas Travelers by a score of 2-0. No score right now as we're in the top of 2 with San Antonio up to bat. And here's the pitch. That's going to be high in the air up to left field. And the left fielder will get there to make the play, and there's 2 down.
Batting 9, the second baseman.
Wichita leading Northwest Arkansas 3-2, top of the 4th inning. And here is the favorite of all favorites, playing last year as a first baseman, now advancing forward to a second baseman. Here is Marcos Castañon. And pretty good on top of that. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away, 1 on. Castañon to the plate for San Antonio.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And that is off the plate for the ball. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's in for a strike. Well, that was a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. What would you say about that, Bob? Well, I gotta say, he can throw in some pretty mean pitches, but you gotta watch where he throws in that strike zone. Yeah, for sure, he'll get you out just like that. Well, 2.5 innings come and gone as only 1 hit, but nothing comes of it, and they leave a runner stranded on second. We head to the bottom half of the second, and let's hope Keith and Rhodes will lead it off for Tulsa. We come back right here on the Drillers Baseball Network. Bottom half of the second inning ready to go in the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. There's a new guy getting ready to go for his double-A start. Here's Zephyr Holt. Here's pitch. High in the air, up to right field, foul. At the picnic area. And it's the count now, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Fouled and away, the count now, 0-2. Don't forget, sit back, relax, enjoy opening night fireworks after tonight's ball game. Friday night baseball coming 7:05, and Saturday night as well, 7:05 first pitch times. Sunday and Monday being off days. As Tulsa definitely will head somewhere. We'll figure that out in just a moment. Here is Damon Keith. 1 away, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Boy, that is a nasty change. Or a four-seam fastball is what he's going with. The designated hitter here, this one. Here's pitch. And that is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. Well, after this short 3-game set, Tulsa will head to Springfield, take on 6 starting Tuesday through Sunday this next following week. Ground ball straight away second, and they'll throw down to first. And in time for out number 2.
The first baseman, John.
3 up, 3 down innings here as we get going. First baseman John Rhodes coming in. 2 away, nobody on for Tulsa. That is swung on, fouled off, and it's 0-1. Amarillo and Springfield going at it tomorrow night, 7:05, as they start their opener through Sunday. They're at Water Ridge Field, downtown Amarillo. It's fouled off. The count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him chasing. And that will conclude 2 innings on opening night, 2026. 3rd inning coming up, no score through 2. And we are going for the 3rd right after our messages. Francisco Acuna, Roberts, and Salas will lead it for San Antonio when we come back. Now set to go for the San Antonio 3rd inning right now in the Drillers Baseball Network. Francisco Acuna will lead it. Welcome back to a live broadcast on this Thursday night. And that one is pelted. That one is deep. That one's getting down. That's a liner. Straight away left center field base hit. Acuna will have a stand-up double.
Now batting, the center fielder, Ty Roberts.
And that'll bring up the center fielder, Ty Roberts, as he gets ready to come in. Nobody out after that double. That one is high and outside. That's 1 ball and no strikes. Center fielder is 0 for 1 with that strikeout he had last time up. Oh yeah, pretty good scoreboard. Absolutely love the texture. I mean, it tells you everything about our new season here this year. One ball, one strike, the count now to Roberts. Here's a pitch, and that one is pelted. That one is getting high, and that is going to be enough for the runner to go from second to third, and he's going to be 90 feet from scoring in.
Now batting, catcher Ethan.
Man, pretty good on a sacrifice fly, and San Antonio has their first runner getting ready to score 90 feet. That is for sure. The catcher is Ethan Salas. That one is high in the air. And here comes the runner. In to score, and San Antonio will strike first. It's a 1-0.
Romeo Sanabria.
1-0 lead for the Missions. First baseman Romeo Sanabria coming. First home season run for San Antonio. They get a sacrifice fly to score in that game first run. Pretty good there, John. I gotta like it. Well, aren't you glad we're here in Tulsa, Oklahoma to give you the live coverages of the first 3 games of 138. Don't forget that these two teams play each other 9 times this year.
Ball, that's low.
San Antonio's schedule will be 3 with Tulsa, 6 with Corpus Christi, Midland, Amarillo, and 6 with Tulsa to wrap up the month of April going into a little bit of May.
Oh.
Well, that will do it, and so far that will be it. 1 run, 4 hits, no error. Well, 1 run on a couple of hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 3.5. San Antonio leading it by 1. So we'll be right back after this. And we are headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning when we come back. Well, we're just about ready to get started for the bottom half of the third inning. Mike Sirota is coming up now for Tulsa. And we do apologize for that long commercial message and stuff. Just had a little bit of a phone call that we had to just take care of. 1 ball, no strikes. Underway of this bottom half of 3. Again, our sincerest apologies if we had to keep you waiting a little bit. The 1 ball, 1 strike the count now to Mike Sirota. San Antonio 1, Tulsa nothing here in the bottom of the third inning on opening night 2026 between these two starter teams. That one is high fly in the air up to left field. Center fielder will reinforce that area, and that is out number 1.
Batting in, the second baseman, Taylor.
Second baseman Taylor Young coming in. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. Midland leading Arkansas 2-1. They're top half of the 4th inning right now. Frisco 4-0 against Corpus Christi as they're bottom of the 5th.
Nope.
Northwest Arkansas leading 4-3 against Wichita. San Antonio leading this one 1-0. Pretty good night here tonight. Only 8 ball clubs going. Springfield and Amarillo, as I said, starts tomorrow night, 7:05 going through Sunday. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, they got him. And that is out number 2. Griffin Lockwood Powell, the next batter up. He'll swing and miss. The count now 0-1. And the pitch. High in the air, up to left in foul grounds. Left fielder moves under it, and that is the third and final out here in inning number 3. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Tulsa. We head to the 4th for San Antonio. It's 1-0 missions. Braden, Carpathios, Fabian, and Vertigo will lead it off as we head for the 4th, right here from Tulsa, Oklahoma, on this one. Visit drillersbaseball.com, purchase and print them tickets, and come out to the Drillers game this season, all season long, with this one. Well, we're about ready to go for the 4th inning for San Antonio, right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, the batter now is Braden Carpathios, as he lead it off for San Antonio to start off the 4th inning, and that is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Sun beginning to set on this beautiful opening night. Glad that you guys could come along and join us here for our first of 138. San Antonio has 9 games with the Drillers. It's getting started with this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now. A lot of fans out here in Tulsa, some from San Antonio and stuff. And pretty good on that. Here's pitch. And he did not hold up. Went around and they struck him out. And Carpathios is down and out. Last year, the designated hitter, Albert Fabian, played the left field position. Boy, pretty good in last year's season. 1 ball and no strikes. This is Fabian's third season with Double-A San Antonio. And hopefully looking to get up to his major league starts as he gets up to Triple-A El Paso and to San Diego. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one's a ground ball straight away up to first base. He'll step on the bag, easy play, and that is out number 2.
Third baseman, Rosman Verdugo.
Rosemond Verdugo coming up now. He's the hot corner man for the Missions. Just a nice pitch-perfect evening underway of this one. And that one is foul. And the count now 0-1. Here's pitch. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. That one right there, gloved by the shortstop, and that is out number 3. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on for San Antonio. 4.5 with them still leading it. It's 1-0. Sean McLean, Nevin, and De La Paula will get things going for the bottom of 4 when we come back. We're back to lead off the Tulsa Drillers, bottom of the 4th, right now. The Drillers Baseball Network. Sean McLean to lead it off as we get things to go here in the bottom half of inning number 4. The great home crowd we have here tonight in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. That one is high and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The leadoff hitter for Sean McLean as he comes in for the Drillers defense. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and that's a jumping swing and a miss right there, and the count now at 1-1. Pretty good night tonight as getting going here this first 3 games. And that's a high pop-up right there out in the front of the audience. The catcher will get it. And that is a rough out number 1. Hot corner man is Kyle Nevin. 0 for 1, a strikeout last time up. And a pitch. That one is outside, and the count now is 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 delivery and the pitch. And that's a strike right there. And the count now at 1-1. And hold up on everything, partner. We got a intentional walk. So now the Drillers will have a base runner. Jose De La Paula coming up now. And here's the pitch. Fouled in the way, the count now 0-1. Lucky souvenir to somebody out there. I did mispronounce Jesus' name and stuff. It's Jesus De Paula. And a pitch. Fouled in the way, and the count now 0-2. There's the 0-2 delivery, and that is just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Midland scores in another one against Arkansas, 3-1. as they are the bottom half of the fourth inning. Frisco still leading Corpus Christi by a grand slammer. Rough Riders up 4-0. And they're the bottom half of the fifth inning, but Corpus Christi does come in and score one. That's high in the air. Shortstop under it. Third baseman looking to reinforce that one, and so far pretty good on that. Well, you look at Miguel Mendez, as we look at it, 53% has been his four-seam fastball. A slider, changeup, two-seam fastball, all in accordance with all he pitches. Zephyr Hope coming in. He's 0 for 1. We'll take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. And the pitch. Ouch. And that got him.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So anyway, 2-1 and 2 out. Here's Damon Keith, the designated hitter. 0 for 1 with that ground out he had.
Ball, that's out.
And that's a ball outside. The count now 1-0. Great home crowd. Sun beginning to set here in Tulsa, Oklahoma on opening night. Hope everybody is super excited about that. 2 balls and no strikes. San Antonio in hot water now as they try to level the playing field by getting out of this half inning.
Ball, that's outside.
And that is outside, full count. 3 balls and no strikes. John Rhodes on deck now for Tulsa. And here is the pitch. And that is ball 4, and that loads them up.
Now batting, first baseman.
Bases are loaded here in this one for Tulsa. And here is first baseman John Rhodes. Rhodes can easily put this one out of reach if he can. Here's the pitch to him, and that's a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. 90 feet away is that next runner. And that is outside for a ball. The count now 1-1. Bags loaded up, 2 away, bottom of 4. San Antonio up by 1. Drillers trying to level that playing field. And that's in for a strike. It's the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And look out, throw behind his back. And they are not going to be happy with that call. Now there's going to be a little disagreement. And now they're getting warned. Both bullpens have been warned. It's an issued warning, and now they're going to... Oh, man. That manager is not having it. No wonder why they get so feisty.
3.
And that is called third strike. And the bags left loaded. And so far, pretty good on top of that. So no runs, hits, or errors, and they leave 3 on base. 5th inning coming up, but San Antonio still holds that lead. It's 1-0. So pretty good on that. Kai Murphy, Castañon, and Acuna will lead it off when we come back. About set to go for the top of the fifth inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Guy Murphy coming in. 8-9-1 due up fifth inning for tonight's San Antonio Missions. Boy, and tell you one thing, that was a rough outing right there in the last half inning. Both benches getting warmed by the home plate umpire, and I don't blame them for being upset. But to tell you one thing, that's just how baseball is. And even though when you argue balls and strikes, which that occasionally is not any player's expertise in arguing with those, you don't want to ever do that. Yeah, because evidently you could get ejected and you could face a good $3,000 to $4,000 fine. Yeah, for sure. That one high, that one deep, that one is gone. Out of the field at 418 foot is Kai Murphy. And San Antonio just puts one on the board. Now it's 2-0. Exit velocity at 108 miles per hour. By golly, that was cool. Man, I gotta say, John, that was really interesting as it left over that barbed wire fence, and gotta say, pretty good on that. 9-hole batter, Marcos Castañon. Comes in and takes that one right there. 0 for 1, a strikeout. And pretty good getting going here tonight for San Antonio. 5-1 Midland there at Franco Park, taking on Arkansas. So far, a pretty good night for the Rockhounds, trying to score in that one win to make it a 1-0 start of their season. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Castañon. And here's the pitch. That one is high fly in the air and foul. The count now at 1-2. Fifth inning, San Antonio up 2-0 against the Drillers. And so far, it's a pretty good one here tonight. Just trying to get something going.
Inside ball 3.
And that is loaded up at 3-2. And shortstop Francisco Acuna getting ready to go. And right there, called third strike, got him down at the knee level. And that is out number 1. You look at Jackson Ferris, pitch arsenal tonight. He's used 56% that four-seam fastball. And so far, he is going pretty good. Manager out of the dugout now, and so far tonight, Ferris is out of this ball game. And he did pretty good as he pitched a pretty good couple of innings. Well, Tulsa will switch to a relief pitcher now. Antoine Kelly coming out. And scouting report is 97 mile per hour fastball, slider changeup along with that. So he's got 3 choices to choose from if he's getting in there. Kelly now pitching for the Tulsa Drillers as the leadoff man for San Antonio. Francisco Acuna steps in. Batting in the right-hand batter's box. And coming on the changeup, the count now at 0-2. Frisco leading Corpus Christi. It's 4-1. Bottom of the 6th inning there at Bayfront Park.
Inside ball.
The ball is outside the count now at 1-2. Northwest Arkansas leading 6-3 against Wichita, which that is pretty good. And so far, it has been a pretty good night for these 8 ball clubs. Would have been nice if Springfield and Amarillo would have got started along with us, but tomorrow night they'll start their 7:05 first pitch and have a Saturday night plus a Sunday afternoon game, which that will be pretty good too. have for the Easter weekend. All right, Roberts down 0-2 the count. 2 outs and nobody on for San Antonio.
Ball one.
That one is down and outside for the count now, 1-2. Mission's back home on Tuesday, taking on the Corpus Christi Hooks. And right there, called third strike, and that will be it. So Kai Murphy getting a home run, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave no one on base. 5.5, and San Antonio leads it 2-0. We're back here as Mike Sirota will lead it off for Tulsa as we get ready to come back for the bottom half of 5. So we'll be right back after this one, and we get you going for the last half of inning number 5 when we come back. Now set to go for the bottom of the 5th inning right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, Mike Sirota coming in now as we lead off the bottom half of inning number 5 for the Tulsa Drillers here tonight. So far, a nice evening as we get things going, and the pitch is high and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes as we get going. San Antonio 2, Tulsa nothing. Bottom of 5 here in opening night, 2026. That one is right there in the count now. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And they're going to have a challenge pitch right there. And so far, that'll give the runner and that free walk.
Number 22, second baseman, Taylor.
Taylor Young coming in now as the 7-hole batter gets that free walk. High in the air, and the catcher getting that one. So not a good thing that happened. I don't think anything like that is good, John, especially when you high fly one and it just doesn't go in your favor and stuff. Yeah, that is for sure. Griffin Lockwood Powell coming in now.
Nope.
And that's going to be an outside, and the count now 1-0. Here's a 1-0. And that's a strike inside. It's the count now at 1-1. Boy, just the first time that benches get warned in this ball game, and so far they need to be extremely careful, or else something else could happen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, they could probably eject Miguel Mendez if he tries to do anything. You know, he's been warned here tonight, so they just better watch out for him. That is for sure. Shortstop Sean McLean on deck now for the Drillers. He's got a 3-1 count. So far, pretty good. 3-1. and that's high and outside. Ball 4,
Now batting.
and that is another driller getting on base. Go ahead, run. That is Sean McLean as he comes in. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A nasty little change, or should I say a fastball. That fastball comes really in handy when you all look at it. The count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that's a, whoa, man, I didn't think he could swing after that one, but he sure did. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 2 on, 1 away here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And that one is outside. The count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking to get something going for the Driller defense. That one's high and outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And on deck now is Kyle Nevin. Nevin coming on and trying to get something going. Here's a 3-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Boy, that would have been ball 4 if he would have held up. Kyle Nevin is the hot corner man for Tulsa as he comes into the batter's box of right.
That's a ball.
And that one is high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. And did he go? No, he did not. Peeled down by the home plate umpire, David Davidson. Tell him he didn't go around. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and missed. And he'll be put on the count now 2-1. And they're going to balk him over. Oh, my goodness.
Left fielder, Postway. Dave Paula.
And that'll bring up Josu DePaula. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out last go round. Kind of a pretty good turn of events, don't you think, Bob? Well, I think so too, John, especially when the bullpens have been warned, the pitcher has been warned, and so far pretty good. Tell you one thing, it's not good when you think getting warned doesn't do you justice, but in most certain cases, it just really doesn't, for sure. Here's the 2-0, and that's outside, and the count now 3-0. Jeez, not going in the pitcher's favor of Miguel Mendez. He's already got 65 pitches. His bullpen is entrusting him with the 2 runs. And so far, not good if he gets going. And ball 4. And now the Drillers get their first run home of the season. And now it's a 1-run ball game for the Tulsa Drillers. Severe Hope coming in now. And that's a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. Here's the pitch. And that's a swung on and miss. And the count now at 0-2. Pitch. That's outside. The count now at 1-2. And I'll tell you one thing, that Mendez better be careful, because getting warned is not a good thing. No, it's not. That one fouled in the way. The count now 1-2. Yeah, when you get warned, it means you better watch your P's and Q's more carefully, because you could get shanghaied right off the bat. Man, that is for sure. Well, a run comes in. They leave the bags loaded up. No hits, no errors, and 3 left on. Again, still not a good thing. Top half of the 6th inning on this opening night. San Antonio leading it 2-1. Well, pretty good one as we get going here tonight, but you do see these two home runners getting going for San Antonio here tonight and scoring in the game's first two runs. Jonathan Baker here with you live along with Bob as we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Close ball game, 2-1. San Antonio getting a pretty good head start here tonight. Boy, trailers need to shut them out in this half inning and get off to the bottom of the sixth inning. First fireworks show tonight. Pretty good. And then don't forget Saturday night post-game fireworks. Wishing y'all the best of this new season. Right there, the count now 0-2 in this brand new one. Well, Frisco leading 4-1 against Corpus Christi, top of the seventh inning. Close game here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 2-1. San Antonio up by a run. The third strikeout for Antoine Kelly. First baseman Romeo Sanabria getting going in as well. That one is a swung on and missed. The count now 0-1. Sanabria is 1 for 2. Or should I? Yeah, I mean 1 for 2 of the ninth.
Too high. Ball.
And so far pretty good. And a pitch. Right there and in for a strike. The count now at 1-2. And a few clouds from time to time, but generally clear skies as we get into early Friday morning. Just a full, massive crowd we have here tonight, which that is pretty good. Well, Antoine Kelly getting relieved out of this ball game, and so far the first reliever of the night gets booted from the mound by the manager. We got Wyatt Mills coming in, and he's got a 4-seam slider, 2-seam fastball at 95 on the fastball. And got to say, pretty good on that. He'll come in for Tulsa. Greeting up Braden Carpathios. I'll take that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1 as Carpathios comes in the left-hand batter's box. So far, pretty good. That one is outside, ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike. That one high fly in the air, deep to foul grounds. And that is out of play. The count now 1-2.
No, that's down.
That one is down and outside. The count now 2-2 now. Now Arkansas does have a few new jerseys.
3.
And we can't wait to show you all those few new jerseys here this season, and pretty good as well. Well, that's a strikeout right there as we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. San Antonio leading this one 2-1 as we head to the last half of the sixth inning here tonight. about ready to go for the last half of the 5th inning right now. Or bottom half of the 6th inning for the Drillers right now on the Tulsa Radio Network. Thank you, Bob. Damon Keith is coming in now as he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. Well, most definitely, we are going to have a mound visit. And so far, that will just about do for the starter here tonight, Fred Miguel Mendez. Luckily, didn't get kicked out of this ball game by the home plate umpire, but now the manager will turn to his bullpen, and that way the warning is expired. Now pitching is Justin Yeager. He'll be a new relief pitcher for San Antonio as he comes in. He's got a 4-seam splitter, slider, 2-seam, and that way he comes in ready, taking on Damon Keith. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss right there. The count now 0-2. Ball game close on the rails, as most evidently. And that one is right there. The count now 1-2. So far pretty good. If things would go easy, and so far be pretty nice. Here's a 1-2 delivery, and that is swung on and missed. And they got him pretty good. First baseman John Rhodes getting ready to go for the Drillers here tonight. And that is right there. Line drive. That is a base hit, and the first one of the season for Tulsa. And they will say no more his streak. Now it's time to get going. Get going with some home runs and base hits this season. Yeah, I got to say, John, it always makes a valuable sense that when you get base hits and home runs, that's the key to the ball games being successful. In the end, between one or two of those ball clubs, but in the end, one's still the winner. Yeah, that's a winner-winner chicken dinner, if you would say. Yeah, you're right about that. 2 balls and no strikes to Mike Sirota. And, man, tell you one thing, Drillers trying to get in. They got tying run up at first base. And Taylor Young coming in. 3-0 the count now, and Justin Yeager just getting in for San Antonio as he's the new starting reliever. And that right there is ball 4. So take a base right there.
Second baseman, Taylor.
And so far, not just a good thing about it, getting on base and to get something going. Taylor Young coming in, and he'll take that strike inside, and now it's the count now at 0-1. One away, 2-1, bottom of the 6th inning. San Antonio leading this game 2-1. Bottom half of inning number 6. High pop up right there. And the batter is out, so that would be the instant infield fly roll trick right there. And that'll bring in Griffin Lockwood Powell. Powell coming in and starting ready to get going here. And 2 away, and how to say 2-1, trying to get something going. And they're going to balk him and stuff, so basically that just makes somebody mad. Sean McClain coming in, he's 0 for 3. 0 for 3 and a couple of strikeouts and 2 pop-outs, which I'm going to say that right there is pretty good. Right there back over the head of the reliever, and so far that will do it. So they leave another 3 loaded up, and Tulsa still hanging on. As we head to the 7th inning, Fabian, Vertigo, and Murphy leads it off. So pretty good as we get going. So we'll be right back to lead off the 7th inning for San Antonio right after this. Getting ready to go for the top half of the 7th inning right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Albert Fabian leading it off for San Antonio at 6, 7, and 8 due up in this half inning. He'll take that inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Drillers bullpen, Duran and Kopp will be out to start their warming up pitches. And pretty good on top of that. Out now 0-2 on that strike. Close ball game here tonight as it gets dark and got the full stadium lights on and stuff. First game of 138. It's going to be another long season for us as we get this one off and running. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But yes, we do have a lot of fun this season, and we want everybody to come out to the ball game, enjoy us through the week. We'll have Tuesday through Sunday games next week, taking on Corpus Christi. So pretty nice on that. Rosemont Vertigo coming in as one away, nobody on here in the half of this 7th inning for the Missions.
That's a ball.
That one is high and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Don't forget, tomorrow's game is 7:05. Join us for that start. Pre-game show 6:45 here in Oklahoma. Saturday we'll wrap up a 3-game set. 7:05 and post-game fireworks right after that. Don't forget, San Antonio returns home to their ballpark. Take on the Corpus Christi Hooks, which we do go home with them. Go back to San Antonio, because basically that's where me and Bob are from. But we do a few road trips a year. I mean, just to feel like it, get out of San Antonio for a while and just go somewhere else. Yeah, for sure. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in with 2 away. Trying to get something going. Here's pitch. High fly in the air, up the right field, and that does it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. And it's on now to the bottom half of the 7th. We get your first ever Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We'll be right back as Nevin, DePaula, and Hope will lead it off for Tulsa when we come back. Well, hope you've enjoyed your seventh inning stretch. And we're about set to go for the bottom half of the seventh inning right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Kyle Nevin coming in now as we get set to go for the last half of this inning. And here's the stretch by Yeager, swung on and missed. And that's the count now at 0-1. The pitch, that one high and outside, it's 1-1. A lot of high ups and downs, and should have seen a little drama going on here tonight. Most apparently, getting the bullpens all fired up, and first time this season getting warned. Both sides are just infuriated by that call, and so far getting a call behind the batter's back, that's just something you don't see every day. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nevin. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. They got him. Oh boy, getting ugly right now. And that'll bring up Josue Del Paula as he comes in. And that's a strike inside. It's the count now 0-1. And that is fouled and away. The count now 0-2. Pitch. Down and in. It's 1-2. And yep, they're going to issue him a free pass. So Zyphier Hope is coming on now. Really think pretty good is getting going. And the pitch. That one is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. There's a pitch.
That's ball 2.
And that is ball 2, so the count now 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes.
Ball 3.
And that is ball 3. So 3-0 the count now. Damon Keith, the designated hitter, getting ready to come on. And that is ball 4. So he held up in plain view. And so far, pretty good on that one. Designated hitter Damon Keith coming in, 0 for 2, a walk inherited last time around. Tulsa trying to get their first base hit and knock in some home runs. That one is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1 by Justin Yeager. There's the 0-1. And that'll even up 1-1. One. That one high and outside, 2-1. Pretty good right there. Just getting going, and here's the 2-1.
Ball, that's inside.
And that is outside for the count now 3-1. Rhodes again coming in and getting set to go. Here's the 3-1 delivery and ball 4. Again, they get some walks on. And now that tying run just sits on the third base area. Go-aheads at first and second. Rhodes coming in.
Nope, ball 1.
And that is ball 1. 1-0 the count. So far, the San Antonio has gotten in 2 runs, and they still lead this game by a run. But now a threatening motive as Tulsa has their bases loaded. Here's a 1-0. Right there. And they got an out, but now that's going to score in the game. Now it's San Antonio and Tulsa being in twos. What a pretty good one as we all look at it.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 8, Mike Sirota.
And that'll bring up Mike Sirota. Sirota coming in and ready to go. Wind up and the pitch. That one is high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Second and third, bottom of 7, tie ball game here in this one. And that one is in for a strike. The count now 1-1. Still a good night for baseball, and so far pretty good. Boys, you look at Wichita, 8-6 against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Frisco leading Corpus Christi 5-1, top of the 8th. Midland leading Arkansas 5-1 in the 7th inning there at Franco Park. And whoa, look out. That just about took his nose off. Kind of reminds me of what Matt Vesgersian used to say way back then when he was around with us. And the time that he retired back in 2020. Or was it 2021? I'm not really sure, but I lost count on those years. And so far, it was just a pretty good time for him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and here we go. That one, ball 4, and that's a reload.
22, second baseman, Taylor Young.
Taylor Young is 0 for 3 in strikeouts and 2 pop-outs. So far, trying to get something going. Wind up and the pitch. That is fouled in the way, and the count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. And Tulsa will score in 2. And now the Drillers' first time of this season. That'll make an opening night crowd just say, wow, what a terrific opportunity to score in some runs. Griffin Lockwood Powell come in. He hits that one high in the air. And that is out number 3. Little hope right there, but most evidently 2 runs come in on a base hit. And so far, the Drillers now lead it 4-2 as we head to the 8th.
Now pitching for the
So we'll have a new arm coming in as Castagnone Acuna Roberts will lead off the 8th inning for San Antonio. And we will be right back in this broadcast as we get going for the 8th inning. About set to go for the 8th inning right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Ronan Kopp coming in now as he'll be the 8th inning relief starter. The 4-seam fastball slider and a 2-seam fastball. 96 on that fastball. 87 on the slider. Second baseman Marcos Castañon, 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts here tonight for San Antonio. Drillers up 4-2 against the Missions. And that one is down and inside for a ball. The count now 1-0. 9,837 tonight in local attendance. McDaniel's coming in. Pretty good on the totals of opening night 2026. And don't forget the fireworks show will be the center field just beyond that starboard plaque right over there. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. And that is fouled in the way. The count now at 1-2. Don't forget the Springfield Cardinals and Amarillo Sodpoodles start tomorrow. And Game 2 here tonight. Tomorrow night, I should say. I do beg my pardons. So let me rephrase that. Here in Tulsa. Game 2 tomorrow evening, 7:05. Saturday night, 7:05. Then our off days on Sunday and Monday. San Antonio goes back home to take on Corpus Christi. Don't forget about that. Just going to have to remember that as I put that in memory. Here's the 0-1. That one right there, and out of play, foul. So the count now 0-2. 2-run ball game. It is 4-2. San Antonio trailing the 2 runs after a base hit that got the Drillers in by those 2 runs. Francisco Acuna getting out, and so far not a good thing what you see and stuff. Ty Roberts coming in. 2 outs and nobody on for San Antonio. That's right there, foul ball as it grounds out to right field. Well, so far Wichita just having a 4-run advantage against Northwest Arkansas. Frisco 5-1 leading 4 runs ahead of Corpus Christi. Midland bottom of the 7th inning, 5-1 against the Arkansas Travelers. Pretty good right there. That one deep, high in the air, up the center, and that will pretty much do it. And that will end the half inning. Drillers hold that 2-run lead, but evidently McLean, Nevin, and DePaula will lead it off as we come back in the half of the 8th inning.
Leading off for the Drillers.
Sean McLean is 0 for 4, a strikeout, 2 pop-outs. Coming in for the Tulsa Drillers. Wind up and the pitch, and that's inside for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Justin Yeager at 41 pitches. As so far, the first 2 players that have been upon this mound definitely didn't do good, but I would say on opening night, the starter pitcher did A-okay, I guess. So that would be the out as that's caught by the middle of first and second. That'll bring in Kyle Nevin, the third baseman, as he comes in. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on and missed right there. And the count now 0-1. And the pitch. Right there and in. And getting him pretty good. So no balls and 2 strikes for him. And that's a swung on and miss right there. Out number 2. As that'll go down on strikes.
Now batting, left fielder, Josue DePaula.
That'll bring up Josue DePaula. 0 for 2, 2 walks, RBI, and a run here tonight for the Tulsa Drillers. And the pitch. That one right there, ground ball straight away, first base, right there in time, and that is done deal there at first. Inning over as we head to the ninth. And San Antonio has 3 chances to get something going. And it's 4-2. Garrett McDaniels will lead off as he'll shut the door to get things going here in this top half of the ninth inning. So we'll be right back as Salas, Sanabria, and Carpathios will lead it for San Antonio when we come back. Bounce set to go for the top of the ninth inning. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Ethan Salas will get ready to go as we get things started here in the top half of the ninth inning for San Antonio. That one is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Beautiful night. Temperatures getting down to 73. That one is going to be well crushed. That is high. That is deep. That is straight out of here. And Ethan Salas getting a home run. So now they get an inch closer. And that home run distance with that exit velocity shows 97.8 miles an hour. That's definitely on the radar gun. But it most certainly makes a manager upset in the Drillers. But most definitely San Antonio is getting going by Ethan Salas. And they got a good keychain for him. Or actually, I should say there is a gold necklace for him with a big $sign on it. Romeo Sanabria coming in as he'll take that strike inside. And it's the count now, 0-1. It's a 1 for 3 single by Sanabria here tonight, which that is pretty good. And right there in the count now, 0-2. Game tomorrow night, 7:05. Saturday night as well as 7:05. And right there, called third strike, and that will be out number 1. Drillers head to Springfield after this short 3-game set. They'll start Tuesday night at 6:35. But most importantly, it will be a 7:05 first pitch. That would be the radio broadcast coming in around that time. Right fielder Braden Carpathios in for tonight with 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out thus far in tonight's contest. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And here's the pitch. That one's going to be right there. Ground ball, base hit up to right. And San Antonio now has the tying run on base. Boy, pretty good ball games here tonight as all 8 ball clubs getting good to do. Albert Fabian coming in as he's 0 for 3, a strikeout and a fly-out ground out. Tonight's designated hitter. Last year playing at left field during hole 2025. And that's going to be right there. That's a foul ball. And here's a pitch. He's got a bunt attempt, and that is out number 2.
The third baseman, Rodman.
And home plate umpire would call him out. Guzman Verdugo is the last man up for San Antonio here this evening. And pitch. And did he go around? Yes, he did. It peeled down, and it went for a strike. 0-1. Now, this season will be pretty good as we're live in action right here on the show. And join us Tuesday through Sundays this season as we bring you the best of AA ball. And that one is crushed and out of play. Wind up and the pitch. That is right there, ground ball, and that is fair. And that's going to put runners at first and second. Never thought he could get that one, but now he did. And that was right down the third base line. And so far, pretty good on that. Kai Murphy, the next batter for San Antonio, gets in. As we'll take a strike inside the count now at 0-1. 2-1-2 out, top of the ninth. Tight ball game, 4-3. Tulsa, do beg my pardon, but Tulsa is up by a run in this one. And it's the count now at 0-2. Had a little drama as warnings were issued out, even to that starter. And that's going to be well crushed. And that is gone. And Kai Murphy just puts that one over the wall. Man. And I don't think this game is over yet. Could have been a win for Tulsa, but they're not going to let this one go tonight. Most definitely, Kai Murphy just puts that one out of reach. And definitely just says, nuh-uh, not tonight you don't. Well, that's going to do for the starter McDaniels. And so far, he'll head to the showers, giving up 2 runs he gave up. Chris Campos coming in now is a 4-seam fastball, changeup, curveball, and a slider. His 96-mile-per-hour fastball does him good. You know, so far it's top of the ninth inning for San Antonio and Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas, Wichita, Frisco, and Corpus Christi. 8th inning for the Rockhounds there is they're pretty good right there. The 1 ball and 1 strike the count on that one. Kind of feel like I got a little bit of allergies coming in, but most evidently it's the change of the weather. And so far, pretty good on that. Here's pitch, and right there, called third strike, and they will get him down. Well, tonight should have been a game changer, but most evidently, Tulsa will get a chance in the bottom of the ninth inning to get something going. Zafir Hope is coming in now. We lead off the bottom half of the ninth inning for the Tulsa Drillers. Boy, Wichita getting that win 10-6 against Northwest Arkansas. That first win going in the books for Wichita. Zafir Hope coming in, and here's the pitch right there in time, getting them, and that will pretty much do for out number one. San Antonio can easily claim the win. Damon Keith coming in, and they're going to intentionally walk him.
Now batting, the first baseman, John.
So John Rhodes to come in. And so far, pretty good on top of that one. Wind up and the pitch. That one is high and outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. And they pitch out, nothing doing. So that will be ball 2. And there will be another one. Now first and second. And that puts that winning run, Mike Sirota. Sirota now comes in. And the pitch. That one is high and outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Rhodes and Keith, first and second here in this one. Here's pitch. That one high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Mike just trying to confuse the batter as we all look at it. That one fouled in the way. The count now 2-1. Here's a 2-1. And that's in for a strike. Here's the pitch. And that's going to get away. And that's going to bring in 2 runs on a wild pitch. And they're both in now scoring position. And that is something you don't see every day. Here's a 3-2. And that is ball 4. So that will reload them. And man, Taylor Young could get this one going. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off, and it's the count now 0-1. Here's the pitch. That one high and outside, and the count now 1-1. Well, thank you guys for joining us here this evening, and so far we want y'all to come back with us on this next evening. I'd say that would be pretty good. Here's a 1-2. And that is high and outside. The count now 2-2. Here's the pitch. And ouch, that got him. So that'll put a run in to score on a batter being hit. And that'll bring in Griffin Lockwood Powell. Powell coming in and ready to go. Here's a pitch to him. That's a strike inside, and count now is 0-1. Man, it will be a winning run there at second base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count now at 0-2. Here's the pitch. And look out. 1 ball and 2 strikes, as Lockwood Powell had something to say to his pitcher just giving that. And looky there. Now they're going to intentionally walk him and give him a free pass. And now that's going to load up again a base, a run in the score.
Shortstop, Sean.
And Sean McLean coming in. And here's the pitch. Fouls that one off, and the count now at 0-1. Winning run 90 feet away. Here's the 0-1. And that's in. Strike 2. There's the 0-2 delivery. And protect the plate as that goes again. 6-6 ball game. Bottom half of the ninth inning with bases loaded up here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And that one well crushed. And oh man, that should have had home run distance to it. And that's fouled off. And the count now at 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Called third strike, and they got him. Right on the nails, they got him. And now Kyle Nevin.
Ball, that's a
As he takes that one high and outside, it's 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 3 and inherited 2 walks to him. Here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air and out of play. Here's the pitch. That one is out of play. The count now at 2-1. A lot of high fly balls and a lot of, should I say, strikes. About 50%, half of those as well tonight is what we saw for both sides, San Antonio and Tulsa pitching. Here's the 2-1. And that is outside. Boy, he better be careful because one more could walk in the winning run. One thing you don't want to ever get. And right there. And that is strike 2. Here's the 3-2. And that one is ball 4, and they win it here. And Tulsa, man, ball 4 just wins it for them. And so far, that first win for them is in the books. And by the final score of 7-6. Don't forget game 2 tomorrow night, as we'll be back to get this one going. So that was a pretty good game, and so far go ahead and round up your totals. Seems like Midland will get a win. Midland and Frisco both will get wins against Corpus Christi and Arkansas. Well, Springfield and Amarillo are the ones that didn't play tonight, but most evidently they'll play when they play tomorrow evening. Well, anyway, I guess we'll look at the game there in Midland, and boy, Arkansas down to their final out. Could have been nice if we had our home opener there in San Antonio and stuff, but most evidently we literally don't have that time. But yes, we will have our home opener against Corpus Christi starting this next week. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And so far, it looks like Frisco just called their game there in Corpus Christi. Final 5-1 against the Corpus Christi Hooks. And so far, look like Midland is fixing to win this game. And yes, they do. They beat them by the final 5-1 against Arkansas. Well, first time around that we've had a pretty good baseball game, and thus far it was a little awkward at first, but we are back and we're ready to just bring it on this next game starting tomorrow evening. But anyway, thank you guys for making your evening with us here tonight. We're glad that you came out. And so far, come and join us when you can tomorrow evening. Our first pitch is 7:05 and Saturday night at 7:05 as well. Well, anyway, post-game fireworks going on, and so far Justin Yeager will be the loss for San Antonio. Player of the game is Mike Sirota, as he's 0 for 1 of four bases. And got to say, win goes to Chris Campos, as he'll get that one. Even for the Drillers coming in and getting into this one. Well, anyway, hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And so far, thank you for joining us on this Texas League broadcast. Our final score 7-6 as Tulsa got the winning run across on a walk. And so far, pretty good. Don't forget, Springfield and Amarillo will play tomorrow night when they get their first game going. So far, it's pretty good. Well, time now, 9:30. Everybody played a good game of baseball tonight. The first 9 innings of this 2026 season came pretty good, as it was a pretty good, fascinating time here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And yeah, so far pretty good. Well, anyway, y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all first pitch tomorrow at 7:05. For all of us, we say good night from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And oh, excuse me for yawning, but anyway, Bob, we head to the hotel. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you again.